Oh my gosh, you guys. I don't know. It's been one hell of a time lately, but I want to talk about stuff as usual. This is one of those nights where I'm like, I'm really thinking about things too deep. And I'm just like, I might as well bloviate on here for a while. Um, I'm always paranoid that I went live on the wrong channel. It's like a weird fear that I have. I'm gonna just put it here. I didn't though. I'm fine. One of these days, I'm gonna change the icon on my channel and I'm gonna just freak out. And it's gonna I'm gonna think I put it on the wrong channel. But like I said, I want to just kind of bloviate about stuff in general. I think just because, again, this is my gross time. I know that a lot of you guys hate astrology, but I guess it doesn't matter. This is my channel, right? But this is like the hard time of the year for me. This is one of the most challenging times, I think, for quite a few reasons. One of them is that it's like this seasonal change is tough on me in my hypo state. Oh, that's good, um, but yeah, I think the other thing is I have been taking ashwagandha, and I think it's making my testosterone go up, and that's making me more aggressive. It's like I have more energy, but it's also I'm more aggressive, and it's a lot easier for me to fight. Um, yeah, I don't know if it would interact with your medication spot, to be honest. Like, it does interact with medication. I don't take anything other than other anti-estrogen herbs. And I needed it because, season shifting and things are downgrading. I'm still struggling with the deficit and stuff, but it's starting to I'm starting to get past it. I feel like a lot of the eclipse energy from this first eclipse is kind of receding. Unless if something really happens again with the whole Charlie situation, I'm pretty much done for now talking about it. Feel like I kind of made my point and it just feels kind of spent now. But yeah, I kind of just want to talk about some other aspects, I guess. And as the title suggests, I like doing these titles more intentionally now. But I kind of want to talk about what happens after a fight or after something like that and what that sort of let down, so to speak. And I still struggle with it's very easy for me to fight. It's extremely easy. There are a lot of people where it's really hard for them to engage in conflict. And I have the opposite problem. It's really easy for me to engage in conflict. I feel that, but the thing that's weird about me though is when I was younger, I was so terrified of fighting. That I would try everything I could to hold back until I finally would explode. And it's something I think I kind of learned from my mom. And it's just so difficult to break. I find it fascinating sometimes how hard it can be to break cycles, familial cycles, and how easy it is to continue things and continue certain trends. And again, this is still very 2018-y for me. It's weird. Hey, John. Where I think a lot about this, I'm thinking a lot about the same stuff I thought about back then. And I remember that year I was reflecting on how similar I was to my mom. And it was the first time I felt similar to her. I felt like I could have made similar choices to her, or I could really understand why she did certain things. And I remember at that time, I made a decision to do things differently, and it was really hard. It felt like I was like breaking a curse or something. It was crazy. Um, just to act differently. Oh, I think it's raining. I was like, what is that sound? It was tripping me out. That essay I was struggling with, I was like, I gotta be plus. Oh, that's good. But you could give him the star, I guess, since he had to give you a star. Um, yeah, I don't know. It's funny. When I think about that line in The Archer, it's so gay. I'm so gay to like title all my streams this way. Like now I'm like intentionally doing it. But it is funny because I listen to her music so much that it's literally like a canon or something that I can pull from. It's so stupid. But I was just like, it's a weird thing because you think like I remember back then I would think if I just fight this or if I do this or if I do that, then it will be better after. And it is and it isn't, you know. I think what I've learned a lot about conflict is that a lot of times it doesn't actually change anything. It kind of shifts things around. Oh my gosh, that's so funny, Neely. That's amazing though. Oh, good. Hopefully I'm not too much of a snooze after that. I'm just kidding. But yeah, I think for me it's just I realize as I get older that conflict and fighting and cruelty, so to speak, as Taylor would describe it, which Taylor would describe standing up for yourself as cruelty because she's extra. But I realize like a lot of times when you do pick this conflict or you pick a fight or you go for something, things don't change because the whole reason the conflict is even there. Thank you, Newly. The whole reason you're even in that fight is because there are certain unchangeable things or there are certain tensions within a situation that are not easily fixed. So when you do fight, it doesn't really go away, you know? And I wouldn't say that that's the case for like the Charlie situation. I think that's just a situation that ended. Like there was very much conflict there. And some conflicts about it didn't change and some did. But like, especially in my daily life today. So like with my mom, because I live with my mom. And yes, I pay rent. I remember all the rumors, Newly, the rumors that I don't pay rent, I don't do anything. I remember like back in 2021, I'd have so many rumors where people would act like I never worked. And I was like, I don't have a sugar daddy. Like, what the fuck? It's like I have to work a lot or I have to work to survive. Oh my God, Neely. Um, and it was just this weird impression that people had of me where they're just like, you're lazy or you don't do anything. And it's like, I work really hard, actually. And I think it's just because there's this quality I have where it's very, um, it's hard to explain things. It's so funny how much I feel like I'm going to trigger people that hate new agey stuff. I'm not even like a new age person, but I know of it. But it's kind of like the temperance card in the tarot where it's that vibe of like on the surface like on the surface you look serene or calm, but underneath the surface you're kicking your legs like hell. And that's kind of how I've lived for a lot of years. And maybe most of my life, that might just be a fundamental part of my personality is that kind of thing, that type of energy. And so I think a lot of times people are surprised, like when I do fight or when I do certain things because they don't realize that's interesting. It really is an Enneagram 4. Yeah, that's true. They are shocked that I fight, or they're shocked that I have this sort of grit or like this very hardcore, because it doesn't show on the surface at all. And I think Newly's an 8. So I remember I did this stream with Newly way back in the day, which maybe we could do one again. The only thing is Newly's internet is so scuffed, but I remember when we did a stream of like Enneagram 4 versus 8, and Enneagram 4 is kind of like the opposite of an 8, or the inversion of an 8, where 8s are very hard on the surface and tough, but inside they're like ooey and gooey and soft. And 4s are the exact opposite, where we are soft and gooey on the outside, but inside very hardcore and have a lot of grit and like an ability to fight and keep doing things. And I think when I reflect now, as I do often during October, because it's astrologically, it's my 12th house time, which is like a spiritual time. It's like a time where you reflect on the past and all this stuff a lot. Everybody has it at a different time of the year, but for me, it's this time. When I'm reflecting on it now, I'm thinking about the past 2 years and how much I've had to fight. I've had to fight all the time. Like a bug and an old marshmallow. That's funny. Oh my God. I've had to fight all the time lately, really since like 2018, especially. I know it may shock people, but it kind of shocks me. But like in 2017, I still would fight like with my mom and stuff, but it was so much less than now. Like, it's crazy how much I've been fighting. Yeah, I get you there, Newly. I just, I don't know. I think I remember when I was younger, I used to think, this is a phase of my life, this is a time, and it's going to pass. And one day I'm just not going to have to fight as much. But I think I'm just realizing that it's never going to end. I think I'm kind of reaching that point where it's like, no, you're always going to be fighting. You're going to probably fight until the day you die. And that's kind of like holy shiitake, you know? Like, I'm probably always going to fight because it might just be a part of who I am. And so, I don't know. I guess these are questions I have. Like, what changes within a fight? What do you guys think? What do you think changes in a fight, Newly? Do you think circumstances change? Do you think you can shift power dynamics? Do you think things just get expressed? It just makes stuff worse. That's interesting. Maybe. Maybe you're right. But that's my question. It's like I do this public fight with Charlie. What happens after? Things don't change. I do a private fight with my mom. What happens? Things don't change. And I find myself like getting very worked up, getting very emotional about things, not necessarily about the Charlie stuff, but like especially with my mom. And it's like, I feel like it's breaking me down. Hey, Shannon. And I don't know how to deal with it in that sense. Like, it's like the wise realize the fight is within your own self. That is so deep. That's kind of deep, to be honest. It probably is. So if I think about what am I fighting within myself, I would just say, like, I don't know. I think I'm fighting against really know. You know what it is? I think it's that I don't have these weird mental limits I used to. Like, I used to, especially earlier this year, I had this like shame and like I felt like I was kind of like I really had to stick to the rules or I really had to do something like that. And my hormones changed and I don't feel that way anymore. And so now it's like, oh, I have to like go back to self-control. I think that's probably what's happening because I think it's like I don't have that shame anymore. So that means I can go back to being shameless or I can actually like, you know, I guess temperance is important. Gosh, what a horrible thing, right? Like, I can't think of something worse than temperance. Let's see. Let's look at the definition of temperance, okay? AKA my enemy as a four. Let's look. The quality of moderation or self restraint. Yikes. Gross. Evil. The virtue of temperance is thus a disposition to have appetites and pleasures that are qualified by appropriate concerns and not by inappropriate concerns, and thus are appropriate desires and appropriate pleasures. Interesting. People who think external things matter miss that it is really the internal struggle that is paramount. Tempered glass, it can crack but not break. Interesting. Society will always reward and reinforce Machiavellian tactics. It really does come down to staying true to your own values and ethics. Very interesting. I love your name, by the way, Mountain. I really love it. Are you kind of like new agey or what do you believe? I'm curious. I like to get to know my peeps, but that's interesting. I am myself, I'm like a very extremely non-denominational Christian, which means I'm actually not evangelical. I'm not that at all. So there are certain things where I differ from the sort of mainstream evangelical Christianity. But most things I'm pretty much on par, probably 95% I agree with, but there's that 5% I don't, which some of it, which is not that difficult to guess. Like, I don't think being gay is a sin. I have looser views on things like tarot and astrology. I don't personally talk to the dead, but I do talk to people that do. And I wouldn't do it myself, and I've accidentally done it before. It was an accident, though. But that's another story for another day. But yeah, I always felt that as a Christian, the important thing is to not make these things God. And always know that God is behind everything. God is behind the stars. God is behind any answers. And God can prevent you from getting any answers He doesn't want you to have, and He can give you any answers He does. That's how I view it. But I'm curious to what your views are, Mountain, if you would like to share. But I just, I think I'm struggling with this virtue of temperance. I think it's something I need to pray about because I think it's been a long-standing issue, and I almost feel like I could cry thinking about it. And I think the thing is like there's no physical answer for this. You know, there's no scientific answer. There's no hormones I can talk about um, or logic I can follow. This is spiritual. It's like a spiritual battle and a spiritual struggle of mine. And that's hard. That's really hard. Honestly. I'm starting to get back into church, but I'm always on the fence about it. I would just say, John, you just religion is one of those things where it's not the same thing as politics, but it's similar to politics, right? So within a political party, you maybe agree with most of the premises of the party, but not necessarily everything. That's kind of how religion can be. The only difference is religion and a religious code is carried out in your life. Politics is carried out on everybody. So that's why it is a fundamentally different topic, because religion is optional. Politics is not. In terms of law, it's not optional to follow the law, in theory, anyways. But that's a whole other question. It shouldn't be, anyway. Oh my gosh, that's funny, but I'm hot. Like, I get facial flushing when I get angry. I get mad. Like, I get so angry, I get red cheeks from anger. But for me, I'm realizing this issue of temperance. It's a spiritual issue. It's something that cannot be fixed in a physical, logical way. It has to be addressed spiritually, and that's difficult because I don't have these sort of hormonal and physical constraints I did earlier this year that kept me tame. Now I can just go wild whenever I want. But, I'm not free from the consequences of that. And it's like, it's hard. It's a really tough thing. It really is. Um, but yeah, I'm wondering if aliens are planters. That is interesting. I would say, I don't know. I mean, some of that stuff, it's just like weird mysteries, which I think are fun to think about. But I just try to like, yeah, that's fair enough, Caleb. Newly's like, no way. I have a cup on my back, so I'm looking at my cup. So I'm trying to do my stuff, but yeah, it's just weird. It's like I clean things today, I do this, I do that, and it's like, I don't know. It's really hard. Yeah, I get that. It always goes back to God. That's true, Nilly. That's a really good point. Yeah, I know more of your story, Caleb, and I totally understand and respect it. And I respect people that need things to be concrete. I think that's fine, but for a lot of people, concrete doesn't solve issues always like this issue of temperance in my life. It's never going to be solved i- by concrete means. It just doesn't, it's not going to change in any other way than a spiritual way, which is very, you know, it's one of those things, I guess. Always learning and seeking. I don't think I'm able to explain my real beliefs or interest easily. My foundation is Christian, but it's complex now. That makes sense to me. I think I might understand. I might feel similarly to you. Um, all I can say is I believe Jesus is God. I believe he died and rose again, which makes me a Christian. Um, so that I do believe. That's the core, you know. But I would say, like I said, a lot of the evangelical stuff I don't agree with, and I don't agree with cessation. I do think there are miracles today. I do think people have abilities like psychic abilities and spiritual gifts, and there are things that need to be done, that kind of stuff. And I think evangelical Christianity is limiting. I think that it really shuts down anything like that and it leaves a huge hole. Um, I hope they're real. Oh my gosh, but I think aliens are real. I just think they're something other than what we think of them. I don't know. That's what my intuition says. It's like it's different. You could put all the raw ingredients for cake in the desert, and on a million years, you wouldn't get a cake. Life didn't spring from elements alone. It's interesting. Do you believe in tongues? And I do agree with you, Newly. Do you believe in tongues? I do, but I've never experienced it. But I do have a friend that does speak in tongues. Um, but it's not my gift. My gift is prophecy. So, which I use astrology to prophesy, which, and most evangelicals would be like, you're evil. How dare you? But I only got the gift to read it after I converted. And so, yeah, I have the gift of faith as well. Those are my two. Usually people have about two when they come to Christianity, usually get about two major ones. And my big ones are prophecy and faith. So I can be the person in the room. I can be the only person that believes in something, and I will have the faith even alone. That's like a gift, and I'm thankful for it. It has saved me quite a few times, but it is tough sometimes. Now, the gifts that I don't have at all are serving. I hate it. I do the best I can. I feel like God pushes me into situations, especially my mom and stuff. She really pushes me into serving, and I hate it with visceral hatred. Like, I absolutely hate serving people. It drives me nuts. But it is definitely one of those things. Um, they might be a pink blob because we go octopus and humans on the same planet. Yeah, that's true. Yes and no. Tongues was a miracle where everyone started speaking from around the world. It wasn't Babel like people make it out to be. Or maybe God made aliens and people. Maybe we're all side projects and he's seeing which creation is best. That's interesting. The Hunger Games of creation. Newly, I think atheism is stupid, to be honest. I believe we don't really know what's out there. That's fair enough. Caleb is very agnostic, which is totally valid. I will always say agnosticism is the default position. And so it is a respected, position in my view because it is the default. So yeah, but I mean, obviously I will respect people's beliefs for the most part, but yeah, I get it. Growing up in a religious family, my sister used to always do this really funny impression of people talking in tongues. Yeah, I think there are people that do it performatively as well, which isn't good. I think my gift is insight. I'm getting better at reading people. Okay, interesting. There is a recent series on YouTube where he addresses the deception of aliens. Oh, interesting. Yeah, to me, I think it's just, like I said, I think a lot of times people want to look at things, even myself, especially in recent years, I was very grounded in physical reality. I really looked at everything going on with me from a hormonal perspective and a physical perspective. And while that's still valid today, I don't think it's the major issue. I think now spiritual things are more of an issue than like my hormones and stuff. Cause like I feel okay now that I've calmed down. And I've calmed down because I feel like I'm getting at the issue of temperance, which is the spiritual issue that I'm facing right now. I'm going to combust. Oh my gosh, but there's a reason. I already read that. Aliens cannot travel interstellar. However, multiverse theories prove there are interdimensional beings and is backed up by scripture. That's interesting. Gosh, Newly goes deep. Newly's been getting deep into stuff. I think for me, it's just like I get into stuff too, but I try to, especially recently, I've gotten more into my religion because I've had to. I'm going to be honest, I've had to. I've had so many things coming up from the surface or beneath the surface. I've had nightmares. I did that video on my main channel where I said I slapped my head, like I slapped my forehead. So it's like I've really been going through this kind of stuff lately. And so I have been in more prayer and stuff. I think I need to do more, to be honest. But I've been reflecting on it more because it's like, oh, this is so relevant, you know? And it's like, oh gosh, like, am I always going to struggle with temperance? Am I always going to struggle with controlling my emotions? Or, am I always going to struggle with this? And that's the kicker. That's the thing about living with my mom, which this is what God does to me. He puts me in a situation, and I'm in that situation until I learn the lesson, and then I move on. And then there's a whole other lesson. Now, when I was in El Paso, which was shitty, that was like my own personal hell. I was in El Paso from 2019 to 2021. And I would pray and I'd be like, God, get me out of here. I hate El Paso. I hate it. It's horrible. And God told me, you're going to get out when you learn to forgive, or when you forgive certain things. And I was like, no, I don't know, right? And it's like it just went on and on and on. The panorama happened. I stayed much longer than I intended. I wanted to get the hell out by like March of 2020. It didn't happen. And it was right at the end where I reached that point of like acceptance of like my circumstances and forgiveness and these types of things. And I was able to move. And it was because of my forgiveness that I was able to move, which is really hard to explain. But I had a difficult situation with my cousin before I moved here, but I forgave her right away because I've had this feud in my family for many years. And I always said I would never move to Alabama because I never wanted to be around them. But I had to learn to forgive. And through forgiveness, I was able to move here and I got out of El Paso. And here it's been different because I've been healing. Whereas there I was dying. I know that's dark, but it's true. And so the lesson I've been learning since I moved here, it's been a lot about like, I feel like God has been preparing me for marriage and preparing me for, relationship and family and these kinds of things that I'm going to go towards. And because of that, I'm living with my mom. And the thing is like I lived alone when I was in El Paso. And since I've been living with my mom again, I've had to learn how to live with someone else. From everything, from the practical things like keeping a clean place to handling finances, sharing responsibilities in a place together, to dealing with arguments and certain personality issues that I have. Like I've struggled a lot with this part of me that's very controlling. I have a very controlling side. And I have a side of me that wants spontaneity and fun. And you can't really have complete control and spontaneity at the same time. And these two aspects of my personality have always been at odds, but the controlling side has won. And around 2020, my life was completely in control. I had zero spontaneity at all, and I was dying. And now I feel like I have to switch to being more spontaneous and fun, which is why I've been posting more and doing things and that kind of stuff. Because you can see that spontaneous, fun, less controlled side is taking over now. But living with my mom, she always keeps me very, very aware of where I am in terms of dealing with other people, in terms of how easy I am to live with, and these skills that I need when I get married and have a family. Now, I have come miles from where I was, but my mom is one of those people where she's so spontaneous. She's a 7, newly. You know what that means. And she's so spontaneous, and I can never predict what she does. Like, it always just it's just how she is. And the way that she goads me, she pushes me, she fights with me. She's a fighter. She likes to fight too. I got it from her. And I'm always well aware of how far I have yet to go. And tonight was one of those nights where she pushed me and I went berserk. And it's like, okay, I'm still not ready to leave this situation. There's a reason I'm still in this. And that's where God tells me, you're going to get out of this when you can get past this. You can get past this need to fight, or this need to do these certain things so you can be more productive, essentially. Or like when you get past this, because I used to always think when I was in El Paso, I was like, how am I ever going to be married? I was like, I'm living alone and I'm like dying and I'm going nuts. How the fuck am I supposed to get married and like make a marriage work out? And God provided this time, which is an in between. And it's through these years that I'll be able to. So it's a trip. But yeah, my mom always keeps me in reality. I'm always well aware of how far I have yet to go and how far I've come. But she always brings back to reality. And it's tough. My mom's very critical. She's very impatient. She's very combative. And yeah, she has very high expectations for me. She always has my whole life. And some of it is okay because I have improved. I can't lie. I have improved massively since I've lived here. And I think I'm just frustrated sometimes. Like, I feel like I should be further along, but it's like I'm trying to appreciate how far I've come. It's hard. But now it's like slapping me in the face again, where it's like, temperance, Alex, temperance, temperance. God will use the freaking tarot deck to talk to me. Let me see what you guys have said. I've been to El Paso. It's fairly bleak. It's horrible. I was constantly repenting over every little thing. Yeah. Whenever we ignore what we know, what we should do, which is God guiding us, that's the struggle, to refuse to follow God's will. Very interestingly. Caleb, that's not spirituality, that's mind control. I don't disagree. I live in my own space. I used to be trapped with my mom in a travel trailer. It was hell. I'm sure it was, but I have literal reoccurring nightmares that I am back living with my mother. That's so funny, VL. It's a challenge. It's really hard, but I am growing and I'm recovering, and I'm coming back to life. And I need to tell her that like, even though she really pisses me off and we get in so many fights and it's bad. Like, sometimes I'm just like, I don't want anything to do with you. Like, we go that far where I kind of take it nuclear. It's very millennial stereotype. And it's just like, I can't imagine something worse than not having contact with my mom. Like, but sometimes I just feel like she pushes me to that point. But I think it's just, like I said, I need to let her know, like, I'm recovering so great. I'm doing really well. My career is starting to launch. Like, I'm actually doing better. So even though it's hell and it's horrible and it's a horrific time in a lot of ways, both personally, politically, spiritually, physically, every way, it has been crazy. The pressure is creating diamonds in a way that I never thought possible. And I'm trying to like appreciate that. And I do need to tell her that I appreciate it, because I guarantee you, if you guys ever see me in the future and I have a happy family and a happy home, it will be because of these years. It will be because of what I learned these years. And if I am lucky enough to have kids, I will tell my kids it's because of this time with funky ass Biden. It's because of fugly, horrible Biden. during that time, it's these fugly years that I'm able to have this family, or that you're lucky to have this. Because I never thought I could get married when I was younger. I thought, I'm crazy. I'm never going to be able to do it. I thought I'd never be mature enough to have kids or anything. I don't feel that way anymore at all. But I'm not ready yet. But it's like I always cared about that, but I feared I could never have it. Now I'm like, I think I can. I see it happening. But it's like, it's through horrific pain and really hard work. Like, this stuff is really hard. I mean, in some ways, I've had to walk on water, which God told me I would. That's the thing, too. If you listen to God, He will tell you what you're going to have to do. He basically told me, like, a long time ago, that for me to get to adulthood or grow up or have these things, he's like, you're going to have to walk on water. You're going to have to, like, practically, perform miracles and keep your eyes on me. And I have. But it's really crazy. Oh my God. Sorry, Caleb. I'm really having a moment right now. It still had to be empowering, and you did it anyways. Yes, of course. It's the whole reason I changed course newly, because it's like I saw the calamity that I was headed towards, So that's what gives you the ability to change paths. Yeah, you were successful and independent, but so miserable. Exactly. I was living the feminist dream, period. But still had to be empowering, and you did it anyways, even though you hated every second. That's why you've grown. Yeah. That's why I changed course as well. I used to fight with my mom, then I don't know what happened. I just got tired, and now I just don't. God gives trials to temperance. Yeah. My mother, expectations always came across as just a way to criticize and nag. I completely feel you. 100,000,000,000% BL, like 500,000,000,000%. Like, if I could describe my relationship with my mother, it is criticizing and nagging. That's exactly it. 100%. And I guarantee you, if I have kids, I'll probably be the same. That kind of freaks me out too. I will probably be the critic and the nag of my own kids someday. Being a mother is the hardest thing, especially in middle age. Not only do you have to keep yourself going, but constantly worrying about both your children and parents is rock, mean, hard place. Yeah. We have some health issues going on in our family too. So it's a tough type of thing. I know it's a hard time, but she still drives me nuts. She still does. We don't get to choose family, but once you become an adult, you don't have to put up with that stuff anymore. My grandparents are in their 80s, and you can tell my mother is stressed. Yeah, it's true. After having babies, it helped me to forgive my own mother. At least she didn't let me drown in the bathtub. Oh my God, fair enough. I remember the exact time while I was working in a call center. I told her how abusive a workplace they are. And when I quit call centers, I got loads of crap for giving up. Yeah, that's interesting. And hypercritical, overbearing parents definitely leave scars. Yeah. And that I'd never get a proper job with that attitude. Months later, she watched a doco on call centers and said, I'm so glad you don't work at such a place. Last time I let her play that game. Oh my God. My mom's the opposite of criticizing and nagging. She just like there. She's just there. She's just like there. Haha. I don't know. I know. Well, you guys watch TV together and stuff. It's like you had the same mother as me. Haha. Blame, guilt, criticism. And they take credit for all your accomplishments. Oh my God. Yeah, my mom isn't that bad. My mom is different, obviously. I mean, I'm a very different person. You can tell I was raised differently. My mom took a lot of hell for the way she raised me. She doesn't listen to anybody. My mom has integrity in that sense, and it's something I really admire in her. She's weird because she says she doesn't, like, she's told me before that she doesn't, like, stand on her own, or she listens to what other people think. but I don't think she does. And I think I kind of learned that from her. And in such a horrific society that we live in, where people are so dumb and delusional, the people who don't listen to anybody, you kind of get shit done, you know? And I don't think that anybody else could have raised me because I am so stubborn. And it's really hard to get me to change anything. I don't know. I feel like I put strain on God Himself, like with how hard it is for me to change. Like, there's been times, like, you guys know, like, I get to the point of almost dying. Like, I've gotten to the point of literally dying before I changed because I resist so much. But I haven't as much lately, but it's like, oh man, that temperance issue is one hell of a bitch. It really is. And it's been a lifelong battle. And I just feel like it has to, like, I want it to be done so bad. Um, I really want it to be done so bad. I mean, Newly remembers this me. You remember me like this, Newly? This sounds very 2019. I was very spiritual that year. And then I'd like almost died. And then my spirituality kind of went away for the past couple years where it was just so muted. And now it's like back. And Caleb's like, oh my gosh, the spirits are speaking through Alex. This is how it used to always be, Caleb. But now it's back, which is good. But it's part of who I am. My dad's specialty was indirect criticism. Like, for instance, he would talk about a workmate's son who sounded very like me and then how bad this person was. Last time he tried that, I made him stop the car and said, mention him one more time and I'm out. Oh my God. Yeah, I think it's just tough. It's so tough. And the thing is, like, I can't hate anybody. Like, I can't hate my mom or anything because it's like, I know she wants what's best or she wants the best for me. She sees issues and she's so angry about it sometimes, but it's just, to me, it's like I get so frustrated because it's like I'm trying so hard. I don't think she realizes how hard I try. Um, it's just so difficult. Ugh. But like I said, I mean, I am clean now. I wasn't. That's a crazy thing. I wasn't clean before I moved here. So that's a trip to just be done. I had an Audi Catarina day, Caleb. Like, I cleaned all my room, I dusted and vacuumed, I washed my sheets, I did everything. And I've done that within the past 2 weeks. And I just did it again. And it's like, I wasn't clean. I was a slob. I was like a hoarder level of a slob. And I used to really fear, like, how could I ever get married when I'm like a hoarder? I mean, I wasn't a hoarder. I never have been a hoarder, but I was that slobby where it was that bad, where it was just so messy. It wasn't anything Audi Catarina levels. Like, and I would usually clean like once every couple months because I would get to a point where I was so frustrated with the mess that I would just do the whole thing. And then it would like get bad again later over a couple months. And then it would happen again. Like, that's how it's always been for me. It's like once I notice it, I change it, but I don't always notice it. My mom nags. Yeah. I mean, it's a pretty universal thing. I'm glad that you guys are kind of understanding me. Yeah, my mother has never been critical. That's interesting, Caleb. My mom is so critical, but for some astro perspective, my mom is a three-way combo of Aries, so much Aries, Virgo, and Scorpio. That is like, whoo, that's a lot. Those are like 3 very controlling signs, or in my opinion, or they're very impatient signs. And that made an Enneagram 7, Neely. One hell of a 7. She has the highest standards, like, you could not believe. Like, if I end up doing something amazing in my life, it will be because of my mom, because my mom's standards are that insanely high. I have to say that. I'll be like, "I did this because of my mom." I'm like, "Because of my mom and God." Cleaning or combing my hair, yeah. Maybe I just tuned my mom out. That could be the case. If you leave it, it takes a whole day to get it clean again. Yeah, that's true. Well, for me, like, I've done so well with that. Like I said, I used to fear, like, how could I ever get married? How could I ever have kids? Or how could I ever do this? I can't keep a clean place. And that's gone. I can now. Um, and that's crazy. And the crazy thing about this time of my life is that things change so slowly that I don't notice they're changing until it's like I haven't lived in a really big mess since my friend Zeta visited me last November. It's been a year. There's no trash in my car. It's like you just think about things like that and you're like, I washed my sheets. And it's only been a little over a week. You know, I do my laundry really regularly. My laundry's folded and hung up in the closet. I mean, when you think about this, it's like, wow, I don't think I'm a slob anymore. According to my mom, I'm just as much of a slob as ever, right? But I know I'm not. And that's a weird thing. Hmm. My mom and aunt are very laid back. I could have a career at the grocery store and they wouldn't mind. Oh yeah. I don't think my mom minds about that. She just wants me to pay my bills, pay the rent, do all that shit. Because again, I don't live anywhere for free. No free lunch, period. Even though according to the internet, I don't work, you know. Which again, I know Newly remembers those freaking rumors that I don't work. I just sit on my ass all day. I'm just a troll or whatever. My mom was so laid back. She let me stay home from school for 3 years. Oh my God, that's funny. Real nagging is personal, an attack on your person or personality, not clean your room, for instance, but you can't even keep your room clean. Yeah, my mom has tendencies of both, I think. But I think sometimes it's just the hypercriticalness. Like it just gets to a point. I don't know how else to say it, but she gets so Virgo that it drives me insane. And I just reach this point of like the Virgo-ness, it just like makes my mind explode into rage because it's like I just can't handle it anymore. And it's weird because like I have a lot of similar signs in my chart that my mom does. Like I have Virgo in me, I have Scorpio in me, like my mom is those too. It's a trip. So there's certain things I have in common with her, but it's just like, oh my gosh, mother, like, ugh, she's so fucking Virgo these days. It's crazy. But your rising is like a big deal. I don't care what anyone says. Alex sits on the toilet all day long. Oh my God. I know that was like, well, VL loved the toilet rumors. But by the way, VL, how are you here now? What changed? What changed, VL? You said that you couldn't, and then now you're here. My dad was very laissez-faire. We were basically free-range children, but all turned out successful and independent. But that was a different time. Much harder today to trust your kids out in the world. Yeah, I mean, my mom was pretty laissez-faire too, to a certain extent, but also, oh, day off, that makes sense, yeah. But also not, I think I remember when I was younger, my aunt was kind of well, my aunt has kind of always been a bit of a bee, and she would really act like my mom had zero discipline on me, or like I was just like very, like my mom didn't discipline me at all or didn't do anything because my mom never told me how to think. And it was like, oh no, like I had very high standards. Like I had to be in bed at a certain time. I had a lot of rules and a lot of structure growing up. It was like pretty strict, you know, which I don't think is a bad thing. I don't. But it's just like, it's like, it's just wild. It really is wild. It's hard, but I think I'll figure it out. And once I figure it out, then the situation will change. I will no longer live with her, you know? Things will change. I'll get out of this situation. And I feel like that time is coming, but it's not here yet. So I'm still here. I was basically for range 2, I guess. No school, no rules, no bedtime. Didn't have to brush your teeth or do anything. Oh, when I mentioned to my mom how I had no rules, she said she wouldn't have listened anyway. Oh my God. Oh, Ghost used to always make fun of me because I'd say things are hard. I guess he's back to doing that. She's prob diabetic and a single mom. She would work, then come home and be tired, pass out on the couch, go to bed. Okay. I was the oldest with 2 brothers and one was a baby. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, that's hard, Newly. Yeah, I didn't have anything like that. Like I was alone. I was an only child. So um it was just very you're on your own, and I am introverted and stuff. So it kind of I don't know. It's weird. I'm an only child. How do you remove the heart from the corner of the chat? You can't. It's there forever. And you're supposed to spread love and positivity. The Sibji basically create rules in order and an order of sorts and boundaries. That's interesting. Well, it's there specifically to annoy you, Gusta. That's the actual purpose. I know YouTube changed the app. I noticed that today and I was like, ooh, like, because I have my 2 accounts and I was like, how do I change my account? But I haven't watched the live. I am the live. Oh my God. I am the heart. It is me. Be sure to like up the stream, guys. I gotta pull a cha-cha. Oh my gosh, you have to like up the stream. There's only 1 like. What? Like it up. I'm just kidding. But do like it up. YouTube dishing out strikes like candy right now. Really? With the keyboard on mobile, editing comments is an odyssey. I don't know. That's interesting. Gosh, I'm sorry I'm not entertaining enough for a like. You guys are more critical than my mother. I'm just kidding. I don't think anybody could be more critical than my mother. The 5 option newspeak to most easily express yourself is it's even the heart is even covering my chat. I can't even see because the heart is there. A quite particular of a change. Interesting. I'm critical of all weed smokers. Okay. Can you see when we click the hearts? Yes, I can. I can see. Because I can see you. YouTube is becoming an abusive parent. The heart is covering everything. Let me look. You guys have me tripping out. Hold up. Let's see. Oh, my heart isn't. Oh, when I turned it landscape, the heart went away. So when I go like this, the heart is gone. The evil heart of death goes away. It looks fine to me. I don't know, it looks tiny to me. Maybe it's better for iPhone. Like, look at it on mine. I'm always scared that some weird thing is going to show up on my phone, but see how little it is on mine? It's a little baby. I have heart privilege. I'm a privileged heart person. The heart of privilege. It covers the end of the child. Okay, yeah. Because cruelty wins in the movies. My phone is 6.7. Interesting. Look again now. 13 in the chat. I know. We got like a little pop-in chat going. Period. Let me like my own thing. Period. I'm putting all the hearts. I can see my hearts. Oh my gosh, that's really cheesy. That's probably good for people that have like a huge ass like audience, you know, because you can kind of see their feelings. Like if you say something, does it have like an angry one? No, it doesn't. That'd be funny if they did. Here with the Riz. How have you been saying the Riz? I have been saying that all day. I just learned what that word is. I've been saying it because I was talking to Eric. He got his camera fixed today. So we can shoot for OF together. Woo! No, I'm just kidding. No, but so we can actually do our streams and our collab for my main. The stupid confetti paper one. Riz, I think, is charisma. It's like spice, not spice, charisma, charm, the Riz. But me and Eric are coming up with code names for people because we don't want to put anybody's name on blast. So we're gonna call my favorite ASMR artist that I lust after constantly. We're gonna call him Dr. Riz because he is actually technically a Gen Z. But don't worry, he's like 27 or something. So he's an old Gen Z. But he's still a Gen Z, and he's my Gen Z bae, period. Per. Yes, you've never heard of Gen Z? So we can see the real Saz. What's Saz? Trivial. We can't even call. You can't? Wait, what can you even say now? Will you ever drink a few Corona Extra on stream? I don't think I will because I don't drink beer. So how are you guys gonna say offensive things now? So what is YouTube blocking? Like, did they just change everything and I don't even know? I feel like I should know this. Okay, I got that one, but I could see that. I don't drink alcohol. I'm not like you, Gusta. That's the one area I do have temperance. I don't drink alcohol. Ever. So I guess I have some temperance inside somewhere. Yes, I can see that. I can see your, but then again, you are a mod bot, so I don't know. You might have mod privilege. Oh my gosh, Alex is the most boring, interesting person on YouTube, straight edge. Excuse me, Newly. You don't know what I've done. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, well, you wouldn't think with the amount of judgment I get. Oh, I'm so evil and mean and hateful and I'm so horrible. Oh gosh. YouTube AI will calculate the emotion behind a comment, and if it doesn't like it, it will delete it. Are you serious? Let me test. Sex, less drugs, alcohol. Yeah, those are there. Not like me drinking Jack and Pepsi. Yeah, Newly drinks all the time. Okay, no problem, Ghosta. Thank you for popping in. Be sure to watch the whole thing, Ghosta. I appreciate you guys so for being here. I feel better. I feel like I did kind of get deep a little. Oh gosh, I don't know what to do, you guys. How do I stop being such a bitch? Well, no, I don't want to stop being a bitch, but how do I control? That's the hard part, is controlling the bitch. Or I have to like, will you say anything juicy or did you before? I mean, it was mostly like emotional and it was like more internal. It was more navel gazy, I guess. I just recently learned that term, whatever that means. It means evil and hate. It's like these different kinds of things. You just got to realize it changes nothing and walk away. Oh, yeah, I guess. For 20 seconds, then forget. Oh my gosh. Even when I'm sleeping, I wake up with the whiskey tumbler in my hand. Are you serious, Nilly? Oh my gosh. But because I can see you. Let me try to do some cuppage. Because I got to work tomorrow, which is going to be a drag. Oh my God, though, you guys. I discovered I can do mobile streaming. So I might actually try it tomorrow since I'm getting addicted to streaming. Is when you're a racist towards yourself. So I figured out how to do it, but I don't know because it's going to be limited. So I have to see like what it is or how it does. But I might try it tomorrow at some point. Special time because then I can stream like every day and that's really good. That's good for the alg. I'm not cupping my cheek. I'm not cupping anything. Don't worry about it. It would be a fun fiction. Oh, well, you could always write fan fiction about yourself, Millie. Like the lesbian fan fiction. So I'm always very polite to cops and never call them. It did? Did they really, Caleb? Caleb's always coming in with political takes. Oh my gosh. We need Joe to go. Yes, we do. Okay, let me see. And my clothes are cut off. Oh, then they injected me. What? Okay, let me see here. How did you find that out, Caleb? Remember my former lesbian character, and we went to Forks and found vampires in the forest. I should have kept that series going. Yes. I get a free Ivy. What is that? They will do that kind of stuff. I was fully cooperating once, and they smashed me against the van anyway. But I'd been rude to the same cop last time he arrested me a year earlier. That's crazy. I'm going to sit closer. So did the election just happen? It looks like it did. Oh, it shifts right. Interesting. As voters punished the government and took the country rightwards 9 months after his predecessor, Jacinda, suddenly resigned. The rising cost of living dominated campaigning, with voters, New Zealanders ending 6 years of Labour Party rule, the later half of which was dominated by the country's strict response to COVID that successfully kept infections low but battered the economy. With more than 98% of votes counted, the center-right, National Party, led by former airline executive Christopher Luxon, had amassed around 40% of ballots. Labour did not have enough votes to form the government. The result tonight is not one that any of us wanted. I gave it my all to turn the tide of history, but alas, it was not enough. New Zealanders voted for change, and Luxon said New Zealanders had voted for change and that his party would now get to work trying to form a coalition. Tonight, you've given us the mandate to take New Zealand forward. Interesting. Okay. We'll see what happens next year. Here. Are you trying to post a short or community post on your channel or thumbnail for a vid? Because then it will ask. That's true. It will do that for that. I wasn't cooperating, but I think they gave me a head injury because I passed out again later that day or the next. Can't remember. Then I ate window cleaner. What? Oh my gosh, that's crazy. They will form a coalition with ACT Party. Okay, interesting. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens. Center right. Period. That's good. In my opinion, that's what I am. You can see my cup. The cup is here. I want to do some knittage, but I need to finish the scarf, but I guess I just have to strain forever. And then I can actually get it going. Cool Whip. Oh my god. I know. I've been migrainey today. It's gross. Oh my god, you guys. This world is crazy. Oh my gosh. Chick-fil-A. Oh, how are things going with him, John? You never gave an update to me. It kind of does, but it doesn't match with my complexion. I need to do a hat for Mary. I need to do everything for everyone. It's too much. I'm only one bitch. I feel like the amount of stuff I should knit, it makes me like a sweat factory. Like it's too many things. I have too many things to do, and I don't knit that much anymore because I'm always working. And that former PM has such extreme horse girl energy. Got trolled a lot during the panini. Oh my gosh. I just know a lot of people hated her. He cares about my approval. He's been trying to ingratiate me into his friend group. That's good. Well, as long as you can keep in control, I guess, like with yourself, then it should be fine. Are you frustrated with him or are you okay? Because that can be a little tough. Italy, Sweden, Finland, and now New Zealand all have center-right governments. That's good. I hope it happens here. I really do. You don't even know. You don't even know, but I'm trying to keep it low key. Not that low key, but okay, it's not too bad. Yeah, I guess just see. But yeah, I mean, just remember with religion, you don't have to be like extreme or anything. So, oh my gosh, Caleb, I almost did Sims tonight, so I might do Sims soon. I'm really like addicted to streaming right now. I don't know why. I really am. It's crazy. But I'm literally forming plans to do streams and stuff. Um, but I just love it. I don't know. I love YouTube. I really do. Yeah, I mean, it's such a flip though, bot. Like, remember in the summer, I like never streamed. It's so weird. It feels like opposite day. I know. Newly, we should do Bible study. We could do it. We were talking about doing it with Mary, but even me and you could do it at some point. I did notice at the last Bible study he was staring at me. Love that for you. Yeah, that's a good point, but that's a good relationship between me and you. I'm addicted to streaming. You're addicted to watching streams. I think that's good. Joe is going to oh my gosh. I can't read that out loud. On a set of stairs one of these days. He said that it's sad they don't put him in a home somewhere with safe supervision. Oh my god. Ooh, look at Bot getting the sus. Bot is trying to get the tea. I had Joshua, but he said no. Interesting. So what did Joshua say? I know we would end up just gossiping and goofing off. Let's be real. I know we would, but we could at least start somewhere newly. We had a nice spiritual conversation the other day. I think it's good for some fellowship, Neely. Since I talk often to Eric, and Eric is an evil atheist. Oh my god, it's like speaking to the devil. No, speaking to the devil was like reacting to Charlie's stream. That was some demonic energy for me. That was some darkness. But no, talking to Eric, it's like talking to a robot. Just kidding. I'm trying to talk as much shit about Eric so you guys can be excited. But we're going to do a show on here, creating a show with him. It's going to be called Tea Time. And we're just going to do like different segments. And we're going to talk about like personal tea and other tea. Like if there was like a Miranda Singh situation, we would talk about something like that. But it's going to be personal. So we will be covering the Charlie spat this week on Tea Time. So you can get Eric's perspective as an outsider looking in. Because Eric's like super extroverted and like he's an extroverted whore. And so extroverted whorish guys don't typically have YouTube channels. So I'm trying to like wrangle him in and like get the tea and the hoe tea for the channel. So we're going to do it. I think so, but I wouldn't do it. He has an agenda and he loves someone else. It was Magician, 3 of Swords, and 4 of Cups. 3 of Swords is harsh. Mm. I still think Lisa was right. about him possibly being closeted and stuff. I think Lisa's pretty good, to be honest. Lisa's very psychic. I know a lot of psychic people. Just saying. Anyways, Will thought me and my husband were FBI. I still am dead over that. I know. Well, I, Newly, Newly lives in a part of the country where the cough first broke out, and I think there is a possibility Newly had something to do with it, in my opinion. But I will keep that on the DL. I also there's a part of me that really believes Newly was a part of Chaz, or at least involved in the formation of Chaz. But that's all the rumors I have for today. So I can see why Will thought that. I think there is some questions about you, Newly. Not as many questions as I had about Carlin. I still think Carlin is probably a Fed, but Newly, not far behind on the list of Feds. Joe's fake grandpa propaganda is so awful. I'm psychic. I saw my mom's rental car and it was exactly the same. Oh, I'm sorry. I hope I'm not being loud. I'm trying to be quieter. I think my mom's just going to the bathroom. I saw my mom's rental car and it was exactly the same. Everyone is psychic. They just don't realize it. So have you had any psychic ability, VL? Yeah, I feel like... Remember the pop-up dirt garden plot in Chaz? That was one of my initiatives. Let me get closer to y'all. I want to get up close and personal. Look at how close I am. Holy shit. Okay, we're going to do an ASMR stream. Okay, no, I'm just kidding. I used to have an ASMR channel. This is my serious streaming stance. We're here to talk about the news today. The New Zealand election went a certain way. I should put you on my TV and it will be like you're sitting there. That's true. Big Brother is watching all the time. I know. I need to do Sims again. We're going to start over though. But I might just like put that family on and just like kill everybody and see who survives, and whoever survives will start the next season of Sims. So I'm just going to like start house fires and try to kill everybody in that house until the last person stands. That's what we're going to do. So we're going to do Sim Survivor. And then we're just going to start over because I don't have any of the past stuff. It's like a Barbie head model we can make up. I've seen signs and had prophetic dreams and a prophetic daytime vision. I'm just trying to be closer because I want to be quieter because I'm concerned I'm waking my mom up. So I have to be like up here. Sometimes I feel like I look like Trisha Paytas a little bit and it kind of freaks me out. One of your YouTube videos? Yes. What are you talking about, John? Oh, nice. Very nice. Yes, this is the ASMR part. Remember when, and I can't even talk. Remember when I remember I used to do my Sim streams and I'd be like talking in my British accent because I've been watching who we're going to be calling Dr. Riz for such a long time that I can't like whenever I talk quietly, I start to talk slightly British. But I will say, my favorite ASMR artist, he actually started talking an Aussie accent and it freaked me out today. It was crazy. Let me see. Let me see if I can play it. See if we can play it for you. When he did an Aussie accent, I think it was this one, and it was really a trip. I think it was. No, that's just normal British. This one, he was British. Maybe it was this one. No. That ain't it. Maybe you took it down. I commented on it. Oh, yeah. This is when he went Aussie.
Going in now. Let's get it fully submerged.
I was like, how did you talk like that? He's putting like clothes in something. I don't want you guys to know who this is.
Here's the cargoes. Let's get those nice and submerged and wet.
It was just weird to hear him talk like that because, of course, it like really reminded me of my ex horrifically, and it was like
Beautiful. It says in the instructions to do this with gloves, but I'm doing it with a stick. Here we go with the joggers. Final item. You might have to put a little bit more water in there. Make sure I can get them fully submerged.
I was like, why is he talking like that? He's usually British.
Just hand washing some clothes because I'm going to dye them. So it says you have to wash them first.
So he's British. He talks kind of, I don't know what kind of accent that is, but I've heard it's Geordie, like a Geordie accent. I don't know if that's true because I don't know British that much, but it's like a different kind. It's not like a typical, it's not like posh or British, like, or whatever. It's not necessarily, it's not Cockney. It's like a different kind, but I love it. It's my favorite type of English accent. It's the one that he has. And I'm obsessed with him and I watch his videos every night. Are you really, Vihal? I don't know if he's the same as you then. I don't know what he is. It's a certain kind. I feel like it's northern what he is, but I don't know. I have no idea. I'm so like not educated on that. And he doesn't really say, but anyways, I need to stop. We're not going to talk about Dr. Riz today. I need to like make that a habit because I need to make sure I don't say his name. Because I like keeping secrets. But we're back to ASMR, okay? Don't you dare, VL. I will never show you. I will never show you the object of all my fantasies these days anyway. I will never show you. And for the record, he is gay, so. But I followed him all the way back from 2018 and I didn't know he was gay and he came out in 2020 and I like died. But then he started OnlyFans in 2020 and for the record, I never got it. And it took hella self-control, but I promised myself I would never be one of those hoes. And I never got his OnlyFans, even though I was tempted and I still am, but I'm not doing it. Okay, we can do that. I can do that. He has another channel. He just talks like normal. He's not an ASMR. He's just talking. So let me just find it 1 second. Let me find his other one. But yes, I should ask you because you can actually tell me. And I need to know everything about him. So I need to know absolutely everything about him. So do you want like him where he's just talking loud? Or I probably, okay. He does like, hold on. Okay. There's this one where he talks about losing weight and it irritates me. So let's do that one.
There's going to be a video on how I lost 5 stone in 6 months. I was debating for a while whether to do this video or not, just because like I'm not fucking a life coach, and also my channel is just more like general entertainment. This is more of like an informative video. But I did a video, I don't know if you saw it, where I was reacting to pictures of me when I was fat. I was doing it for shits and giggles and stuff, but then it started hitting me in the chest a little bit when I was remembering how I felt at the time when the picture was taken and how shit I felt about myself and the way I looked and stuff. And I know there's probably a lot of people who feel like
Okay.
that. So far,
is that enough?
People like.
Is that enough for your accent? It should be, but let me know if you need any more of y'all. But I'm curious. I need to stalk him. I know where he lives because he puts it out there. He was living in Leeds throughout a lot. I know he talks really fast. He's like really extroverted, which is what I said I'm attracted to. Someone who's extroverted. Period. Facts. I could do a different one. This is one where he did like a Q&A, a Q and gay. But he talks fast.
Everybody is tearing each other up on the internet after minute. Mine's not getting involved. I'm just going to do another assumptions video because there was some assumptions.
He might have actually said his channel.
You guys assumptions assumed about me. And I did another little poll as well to see if there was any more assumptions that you guys assumed about me. I just needed to.
When I used to watch him, like his main one, I used to literally be like, I don't know what the hell he's saying, but I've listened to him so much that I can actually understand like a British accent now. Oh, it was echo. Sorry. He's got an echo where he was. He's got terrible audio. I don't know if he has one where he's just like normally talking. But I don't know. VL like vanished after I played it. So this is like the super toxic video he did with his boyfriend that was like horrifying. But I'm not going to play that one because I hated his boyfriend. Let me see this one. Does he talk slower in this one? He talks too fast.
I was up all night that night trying to get my accounts back. I
Yeah.
was on the phone to these hacker people.
I think
who,
Newcastle
like,
sounds right.
The
Because
lady
I think
on the
he
phone
said
in the
something
first
about
place
that.
took the wrong information, so they couldn't find my accounts. So it was just like a constant backwards and forwards with them early hours of the morning. I went to sleep, I think, about 8 a.m. and then I woke up again after having like nightmares. I was having these nightmares that I was like just falling asleep, and then I was getting a notification.
So it's more of a normal talk.
You've been logged out of this account. I was like waking up in a panic because it was like replaying in my mind what had happened. Because every time I try and go into one of my accounts, it was saying you've been logged out.
Newcastle? Okay. Okay, so something like that. So where is that? Is that like, so it's, let me know where that is. I don't know anything about England. This is where my cousin is from Newcastle upon Tyne. Sounds similar. Yeah, I think something like that makes sense because I feel like he said Newcastle before. I've stalked him for such a long time, but I feel like he did say something. But it's that kind of accent. Okay. Near Newcastle. Okay. Fair enough. I mean, I trust y'all. Like, I don't know. I'm not like huge on, all I know is that's my favorite kind of accent from England. It's that one because it's just so like, I just love it. I love it. Lover. But anyways, thank you, VL. So Sunderland. Okay. I don't know where Newcastle is. It's like when you first start watching Red Dwarf, about 3 episodes in, you can finally understand them. Yes. John, you want to do ASMR? Oh my gosh. Hey guys. So this is my ASMR video today. I don't remember how I talked. I think I just talked normally. And then when I had my channel, everyone was like, oh my gosh, your voice is amazing for ASMR. Like, I miss your videos so bad, blah, blah, blah. But as I always say, I was just like, I can't do it because I am horrible at being calm because I'm always a nervous wreck. So I couldn't do ASMR anymore because I literally was horrible at being calm. I was freaking out. But sometimes I wonder if I should do it again, but I don't want to. Even though I would probably be really popular. I'd be popular until they actually got to know me, and then they would hate my guts. So that's my thought process about ASMR, you know? I could do it, and then eventually I would get canceled because they would hate my guts. But truthfully, I love ASMR. But I couldn't commit to it. But Neely was on that channel. I appreciate you, Neely. I appreciate it. Did you actually get some, John? You could do tarot ASMR, but then there's like evil demon energy that leaps into you. I'm going nuts. Marpeth accent. Again, a place near Newcastle, but not Newcastle. Okay. Fair enough. Yeah, I think for me, like, I almost said his name. You guys are going to get me to slip. Like I said, he low-key might have said his name, but maybe he didn't or you couldn't understand it because he was too Britishy. But I literally, like, I don't remember if I just always, like, immediately lusted after him, but I was, like, I started watching him in 2018. I was working at the art, and, like, to cope with how much I hated everything in my life, I would watch slime videos and ASMR videos. I shit you not. Because I was so exhausted from talking about politics because of, like, 2016 and 17, because that was when Trump went into office. And it was just it was so much political and intellectual conversation all the time that I got sick of it. And so I started watching ASMR and slime in 2018, and everybody would make fun of me at the airport because I'd watch slime videos. And then, of course, I'd watch Charlie drama and go on the Discord and go through all that. But then in the other times, I would watch slime. So it's literally like, people playing with slime on my phone while I was working because I was trying to calm down. It never worked, but I'm going back to that now. This is the era that we're going into now. We're back. Okay, so I think we're going to have to wind down relatively soon. Yes, I did see that, Caleb. I'm going to watch her vlog probably tomorrow. But I need to know, Bot, do you have any questions for me? Do any of you have any questions? This can be a little tiny mini gay Q&A. It is the warning. It's the 10-minute warning. I have to give Bot a warning. So let me know if you have any questions. Do any of you guys have questions? Okay, so it's somewhere near Newcastle, VL. Thank you. I've never smoked a cigarette. Cigarettes are evil and sinful, and if you smoke a cigarette, then you'll go to hell. I don't identify as anything because I'm actually pan. No, I'm just kidding. No, I don't identify because gender is a construct and doesn't exist. And basically, to enforce being gay or straight is to enforce a binary that I don't agree with. So I don't identify as anything, John. Any other questions? Lightning round. Let's go. Y'all need to get fast. This is the moment. This is what you've all been waiting for. Oh my God. Boxers or briefs? Boxer briefs. Again, I choose the non-binary option. Did you see Dylan Mulvaney won Woman of the Year? Are you serious? Oh my gosh. Okay. High socks or short socks? Midline. Yes, I did have braces. They were horrible and I hated them. And I wanted to die when I wore them. I wore them really late. I wore them in my 20s. It was horrible. If I threw bot out, oh, wow, John. That wasn't cool, John. That wasn't cool. Oh my God, Newly. If Newly's still here, she might not be. But I still have this, Newly. Newly gave this to me. And I still have it. I still got it. That's a difficult question, Caleb. I would say definitely Alabama post 2016. But Cali was better, like 2012-ish era. Does that make sense? Cali just got worse and worse. It was great when it was good, and then it got horrible. If I threw bot out of the window of a moving something while you were streaming, going at 45 miles per hour, and the day was sunny, how much purple drink could bot drink? Not very much. I'd say probably none, unfortunately, for bot. So I need you guys to give me ideas. You guys have to like farm me all your content ideas for streaming, for my main channel, for everything. I need all the credit and all the ideas. Whether in Cali or Ali, better. Cali, it's without saying. Goes without saying. Cali weather is amazing. I am going to do, well, they're not even going to be guests, VL. They're going to be like people that are going to be regulars. I would stream with you, VL, but you're too scared. I'd love to stream with VL. VL is mean and hateful and oppressive. Just oppressive and mean and hateful enough to stream with. But I do want to do call-ins, so we could do that, where I go on StreamYard, and I could do call-ins. We could do that. That'd be kind of scary, though, to be honest. But I'd have to do that a little earlier. Alabama weather is Alabama. You have to say it like that, like our governor. Alabama weather is popular, is bipolar. 1 minute it snows, next there's a tornado. You have to be like our governor. I love Alabama. We're just getting started. That was our governor race. I do have a Discord. I've tried to get you in my Discord. I have a Discord, but it's a secret society Discord. I need to make like a public one. I have an inner sanctum Discord. I don't know how to get it to you though, VL. I can comment on your channel, the link. 2 reaction streams to things we send in. Okay, I could do that. We could do it. Yeah, I should make a public one. I agree. Yeah, that's the one you're in, John. It's the secret society one. I thought you were in it. Yeah, you are. It's from the Carlin era. My Carlinites. The Eras era. Okay, I should make a public one. That's a good idea, VL. Um, I could do reaction streams. You're in it, bot. Machiavellian content idea. Start an anonymous ASMR channel, then eventually have your political identity caught. Direct the scandal views to your main channel. I love that. I love that idea. That's a really good idea. As Taylor Swift says, I'm only cryptic and Machiavellian because I care. Oh my gosh, no, we're not gonna do that. I'd have to look at it before. I can't do it that way, but what I can do is call-ins, I guess. Call-ins are so scarring though. But it's I don't know what's worse is when you have like crazy ass people in it or when you don't have anybody in it, you know? I would love to. I would totally talk to you, but have you ever done a call? Did you ever do a call-in with Carlin or no? Anyone can join to call in. Oh yeah. Well, we could try. Just don't like flash your social security card on the screen or anything. Like I'm always paranoid that I'm doing. I don't know why. It's like an irrational fear of mine, but I have it all the time. I'm always scared I'm doing that. Every single time. What should I do? I have to think of I'm probably gonna do a oh my god, I'm probably gonna do a pumpkin carving stream. Oh my god, that's really bad. I can't believe I just said that. I'm not gonna do that. That'll have to be on OF instead. I'm just kidding. I'm gonna have 3 channels on OF, Patreon, and whatever else I can make it in the Biden economy. I like Coke, actually. I like both of them, but they're both kind of horrible, but I do like Coke a lot because it's more deathly acidic and it can clean the toilet. So it, like, purges your soul. Snack taste test from different countries. That'd be fun. Caleb has some good ideas. I appreciate Caleb's ideas. Yeah, it can. It's so acidic that you can actually clean toilet with Coke. That's how acidic it is. It's like kind of, it's really bad. Love that, y'all. It might be bad to say, but tonight I kind of miss binging. No, it's a horrible statement, but it's true. I kind of do. I kind of wish I could binge. Can't though. It just doesn't work anymore. Yeah, pretty much done. I like Pepsi too, though. You guys are making me want to get soda tomorrow. I feel like tomorrow's going to be kind of shitty. I'm not looking forward to tomorrow. But I'm going to try to do a mobile live tomorrow, so that'll be interesting. Because I'm only cryptic and Machiavellian because I care. So I don't know. We need to build this stream. We need to build this channel as an army. And then we can take over the world, okay? We'll take over this channel, we'll destroy the world, and then rebuild it in our image. I'm just kidding. So bad. I know, it's interesting that he says that. The thing about soft drinks is they're in brominated water, so they're actually like anti-thyroid. But juice is good. But I do want to have soda tomorrow, so I might. Oh my god, I can do an evil, sinful soda stream. I like to do mukbangs in the day. 4:56. Oh, I was like 4 to 56. I was like, oh my god. It's like, how are you alive? Like, what the hell? Jeez. Oh god, Vegemite is horrible. I've had it before. It's so awful. It's evil. Evil. Ew, I can't. That is gluten. You're giving me all the gluten-y things. I have to wait. I'm gonna have to wait for that. Don't you see how hypo I still am? You guys are evil. I mean, I could do cooking videos. I could do a lot of stuff. I could do anything. That's why I like these kinds of channels. I need to do something for my main, but I'm not gonna do it tonight, obvi, but I'm gonna do a video with Eric for next week on my main. And then I'll probably do a fat acceptance TikTok one. Aussie just have cane sugar in their soda, I assume. Yeah, I mean, I think it's okay. It's just there's a lot of like pesticides and stuff in the corn, and it's just fugly. But it's not the actual syrup that's bad. It's like everything around it. Marmite and Weetabix are South African staples. Interesting. Mountain, did you come from my like fat content or were you from somewhere else? I'm curious if you want to say. I'm curious. I'm like so addicted to streaming. I hate that I'm okay, the fat content. Okay, got you. I hate that I'm going to be making bot happy because I want to stream like 24/7 now. I should just stream all day, every day, forever. Could you imagine? Are you serious, bot? I'm addicted. I'm so addicted right now. I don't know why. I'm like really addicted to streaming. It's really weird. Like I was so like done with streaming this summer and now I'm just like you know, I'm addicted. I feel like I had a deep combo this one though. This one hit deep. No, I'm just kidding. Oh my god. I'm trying to get Eric to have like a skimpy photo for my for the thumbnail of him judging me on the scale for tea time. I don't know, you guys. I need help. We need something. I need inspiration. I need things to change. We need the change. Anyways, you guys, I guess I should go. I guess I can go for 2 hours. Let's just do a solid 2. So you guys have to keep me interested. You have to keep me interested. You have to say something fashionable. You should clean your room. Jordan Peterson says you should clean your room. My hair is getting longer. I want to eat so much, and it's like I'm not even hungry. Like I'm a freak again. I'm really gonna have to pray. I really am. I'm gonna have to pray because this temperance thing is not gonna go away. Hardcore no stimulus. No, that's evil. Newly, I'm so bored. Anyways, you're gonna like kill me of boredom. I'm gonna like die of boredom. Yes, Ari Katarina says to clean your room. 12-inch subway. That sounds good. I think that's one of the hardest things about doing this lifestyle is that I was like addicted to dieting for a long time because part of like the cycle is the binge restrict. So like you restrict something for a while, and then when you finally eat it, then it's like euphoria. And like I never have that feeling anymore. Oh, I don't need to smoke. Section, if anyone saw it, my bed is literally full of take. Oh my gosh, CVL. I learned. Look at this room. I learned. Alabama Alex. I mean, I could do like a vlog for sure. I don't know about a live. You know what? That would be so fun to do a live. Oh my God. I just realized I can do mobile live. So I need to think of something. But see, you guys are going to force me to do something. Because I'm going to be like, oh my gosh, I can live. Caleb's going to lose it. Why is he going to lose it? Okay, I sleep sideways on my bed so I can have a dog. Do you have trash on your bed, Bot? I need to like fly over to Bot and like declutter Bot's place. I could be the Ari Katarina. I wanted to visit Newly, but then I was too broke. I wanted to visit Newly's home in Chaz, but I was too broke. I was going to camp out with Newly and Chaz. Stacked on something. Okay. I would do a cleaning Bot's place stream. We have a Pomeranian now, and he's literally the most dirtiest animal I've ever known. I want to visit Chaz, where Newly lives. She lives right in the center. She's like one of the rulers of Chaz. I have fully decluttered 3 people's houses for them, yet my house is just as bad. That's very Virgo. It's terminally Virg. Oh my God, you guys. Don't leave me alone. I can't be alone anymore. I'm just kidding. I'm stressed. He gets a little Prince Spa day, so it bounces out the grossness of him. Oh my gosh. Ew, Bot. That's horrifying. I thought for the longest time in our sunroom, I thought we had like a rat or something, but we actually have a lizard in there. But there was like poop somewhere in there, and I was like, what the fuck? But it's a lizard. Ew, Bot, that's horrifying. Bot has like stories for days, man. Oh my gosh, what the heck, Bot? Oh my God. See, this is the funness. I like this part of streaming. I wanted to have like one of these kinds of streams. I feel like I started out a little dark and negative, but then I like this kind of thing. Because it's gay. I don't know. Oh my gosh, Bot. I will never forget when Bot told me that she was once in the desert surrounded by bugs. I will never forget, like that vision in my mind. That's probably what like made me hit my face that one morning. I never forgot that. It's like burned into my brain for all eternity with no electric. Facts. I'm so excited to stream with Eric. I'm so excited. Watch it be like a total letdown. That'd be great. I wish I could stream with Dr. Riz, but I wish I could do a lot more things with Dr. Riz. But I could watch a doctor video of his tonight. I wonder if he'd think I was an unhinged stalker or if he would, like, actually liked that I am obsessed with him. I don't know. But he doesn't need to know. No one has to know. But at least he's gay, so I don't think I'm his type, though, to be honest, and that kind of kills my soul a little bit, but Bot sounds like a Kiwi. That's what they're like. Singing and dance. I can't really sing and I can't really dance, so it'd be kind of horrifying. I could do like an evil satanic yoga stream though. We could do that. Oh my gosh, that would be scary. That's perfect for Halloween. That's scary. That'd be like inviting the devil into my room. Oh my gosh. Might catch like a poltergeist on here if I did yoga. Fat yoga. Oh my god. Caleb thirsty. Oh my gosh. We're not doing that. That's on a different platform, okay? That's on OF. Where I'll be collabing with Eric next week. Every time I tell Eric, like, or we talk about streaming or whatever, he's like, content creators. Oh my gosh, we're collabing. For a sad story to bring the mood down, when I was about 8, we were living in a car and my mom left my dog tied up at the pound. Oh, that is sad. Dang. But you should just like tweet. You should tweet these things when they come to you. Oh my gosh. I think I lost all respect for the right when they said yoga was satanic. I mean, it is spiritual for sure. It's not just like a workout. I don't know. I think I feel like it is kind of satanic. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm also like, you know, I'm like in between. I'm a yoga gnostic. I don't know how I feel about it. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about yoga. Yeah, I'm like, it's kind of weird because it's like, I don't know. But Eric does yoga, and I warn him every time. But he told me that I can't say anything about his yoga after I see Taylor. Because he said that seeing Taylor is like diving deep into Satanism for over 3 hours. So, or like for like 3 hours, which is kind of true. But that's scary though. I don't think you're going to go to hell for doing yoga, but I just don't know. It's like, again, people, if you use yoga as like what keeps you sane, then that's probably bad. Does that make sense? Like within Christian thought, in my opinion, anyways, it's a lot of times like if you do something as a replacement for God or instead of God, that, or if you make it a God, like yoga, like where it's like, I have to do my yoga every day or I'm not going to be okay. That's, I think, where it becomes a problem. Lil Nas or Doja, definitely better than Lil Nas, but only slightly. I got irritated with both sides when they went crazy over the V. So annoying. Yeah, if you worshipped weed, that would be an idol. I was taught yoga is demonic and invites spirits into you and your home. I think, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, it's just, it is a spiritual practice. Like, it's not just like stretching, you know? Like, it's a spiritual practice that involves for stretching. So I think it's important to like know what you're doing, you know? Because it is like a Hindu thing. And if you don't want that, then don't do it. My plant is still alive, Alex. It's in a window at my mom's though. Oh. Oh yeah, you got your succulents. It's amazing. Loves. I think watching a Lizzo concert would be like being in hell for 3 hours. That that'd be interesting. I don't know. I really feel like seeing Taylor, it's gonna be like staring into the eyes of the devil for like 2.5 hours. Or like the Eye of Sauron from Lord of the Rings. That's what I feel like it's gonna be like. It's gonna be like, and I'm just gonna be like staring at it. Or like in Futurama, they have Hypnotoad. That's what it will be like to watch Taylor. It'll just be like Hypnotoad for like 3 hours. I might come back a different person. She'll probably like steal out the rest of my soul and then she'll replace it with something else. Or maybe she'll add something to me through the power of her demonic music. I stretched my arm back and now Satan is forcing me to do a dog pose. It happens that way. You can just fall into it. You can slip into it. I'm sure, Mountain. I'm going to have to see if I lose all my memory, if I forget what my name is or something, or if I'm tired, if I'm exhausted, if I come back with a completely different personality. It should be very interesting, but I will document it. So I'll make a vlog about me going, but I'm going to stream with Lisa the night after. So it'll be Halloween night, late, relatively late, earlier than this, but relatively late. And we're going to talk about it. And I'm going to keep my eyes peeled. I'm going to take this notebook that Newly gave me. Taking this notebook, or I'll use my phone or something, and I'm going to write down every satanic reference in her show. I'm going to be like on it. So when she does something, I'm going to be like, Satan, Satan, Satan. And we're going to go through and we're going to break it down. All the Illuminati, all the Satan, and anytime she mentions being a lesbian, because I am a gayler. I know that doesn't help with my reputation with the Charlie drama, but I am a gayler. Absolutely. I think Taylor Swift is bi. And I don't care. I will get the hate from the Swifties. The Swifties can kiss my ass. I don't like Swifties so much because they're all bitches. Okay. Even if I am one, I don't like Swifties. They annoy the hell out of me. Period. Very evangelical Christian TV. Period. Some Christians think that if it's not in the Bible, it's automatically satanic, but so many churches don't even follow scripture themselves and make up garbage. Yeah, that's true. But Jesus did warn about that. Yeah, that's true. Very true. Oh my God, I almost fell out of this chair. So we're going to do that. I'm going to write down every satanic reference or witchcraft. I know she does witchcraft during the Evermore set, but I'm going to really look at it with a critical eye. And we're going to talk about Taylor's movie and what messages there are in it. Which I will say is a spoiler. I think she really tries to normalize cheating for some reason. There's like this weird agenda with Taylor where she wants everybody to cheat. And then everything with Taylor is like break up, quit, don't do what you should do, just run off. And cheat on your partner. And of course, Taylor's biggest message is to vote Democrat. That's her biggest thing. Vote Democrat. So it'll be like a big Democrat party that I'm going to. Just kidding. Kidding, but not. And then probably Hail Satan thrown in too. So that's another one. And then witchcraft. She's big into witchiness. Witchy. Yes, I have seen that mountain. I have former high priestess of the Church of Satan from 1985 to 1990. Yes, I've seen it. She looks just like her. I'm convinced she maybe got surgery to look like her. I think a lot of Christian bands are lame because they have not had enough criticism as everyone is so supportive of their music in the churches. I actually love Hillsong music, but Hillsong is like canceled now. And everybody hates Hillsong, but I love their music. And I liked what the church was trying to be, but it did fail and it turned SJW. So that was a problem. I hate that the songs in church lasts half an hour and you have to stand the whole time. Oh my God, John. I'll tell you my secrets. I'm kind of like a prettier Jesus. Oh my gosh. That song is so gay, Caleb. But I agree with her. I like summer better because of my hypo. I hate the winter. Can't stand the cold. Period. But yes, I have seen that mountain. So I'm going to definitely look into it. I just feel like I don't know. I need to figure out. I think when I go into the movie, I'm going to think, is Taylor satanic? Is she working for the government? And like, or is she like Illuminati? Or is she like all three? So is there going to be like a message that it's sponsored by Pfizer or something in the middle of the movie? It's going to be like sponsored by Pfizer. Is it going to be like, be sure to support whatever war you're supposed to support? That'll be Taylor's message in the middle of the show. Or will it be, Hail Satan? Or will it be something else? What do you guys think? What are your speculations on what the Eras movie will be? So from what I've heard, Lisa's going to do more of like a breakdown. I'm going to do like a raw reaction. Yeah, I can understand disliking church. I know that's terrible to say, but sorry, but I get it. I mean, there was a time when I loved it and then I didn't love it anymore because it turned SJW, which is horrifying. Xena looks like Taylor if she was an MMA fighter. Oh my God. So, VL, what's your prediction? What is Taylor's agenda for the movie besides making a lot of money? Oh, yeah, no problem, Newly. I'm going to get going soon, anyways. But I want to know what your theories are on the movie, and then I'll go. So, let me know. What do you think? Is Taylor more government? Is she secret society? Good night, Neely. Is she satanic / witchcraft? What is she? That's my question. I have to diagnose it. But what are your guys' predictions? Satanic? Okay. That's a fair one. That's fair. Definitely fair. So we should look at that. I will definitely be looking at it from that angle. But I'm going to see what else we got. Because it could be like everything thrown in. Oh gosh, that's like introvert hell, Caleb. It drives me insane. It literally makes me want to die. I actually wanted to die every time I had to do that. It like, oh God, I hate it. So you think satanic as well? Okay. I don't know anything about Taylor except that all big artists are beholden to their agents. Yeah. So you're thinking more like government-y. Let me see. To end the stream and to do something really scary, I'm going to do a tarot on what Taylor's agenda is. And we're going to see what I get, and then we're going to end it. So let me see. Okay. Let's see what Taylor's agenda is, according to my tarot. They owe the agents and will do as told when told. Okay, they are the cards. Let's see. Okay. Ooh, interesting. So this is what I got. So Taylor's agenda, according to my reading, her agenda is to distract from how hard people have to work these days. She's trying to provide entertainment and a distraction from how horrible things are in the country, probably as an attempt to bolster Biden. So it is a distraction aspect from the hardworkingness. This part is also magicians. This is magic. This is probably more witchy, Satan-y vibe. So there's probably a little bit of that within her where it's probably like a spell or she wants to like manifest something specifically in her life, or she's using magic within the movie, probably with this one. And this one. So this one, I think she wants to. This has to do with heartbreak, which it's so telling that it would come up for Taylor, wasn't it? Because that's like her whole shtick. It's her breakup songs. So I think there's something about this. Like, I don't know if she like feeds off of the heartbreak of her fans or something. But there could be an agenda there. Like there could be some kind of like, she takes on people's pain as like a vampiric source of energy. So it could be to like get people in touch with their hurt as well. So if I had to assess it, I would say she's probably a little bit more of an independent actor, but I think she's doing it, I think probably more so for political reasons. That's my opinion based on this. So it's a way to like emotionally manipulate people. Emotionally manipulate people to meet her goals, which her goals could involve the election and they could involve other things, particularly in her career and in her money. I don't know what that is, Jocelyn. Heartbreak songs reduce people's energy and out them in melancholy and put them in melancholy. Yes, they do. So it could be like a little bit of that. That's what I think it is. I think it's an emotional manipulation movie. So it's something political, probably, in my opinion, and it's also probably for her image. So interesting. It's a distraction. Oh, interesting, Jocelyn. Yeah, I don't know what that is. I'm not the best with tarot, to be honest, but that's my interpretation of it. I think it's interesting. I always think this is interesting if that comes up with Taylor, you know? That's like her whole fucking thing, you know? It's like everything about her. She's got bridges to burn, heartbreak songs, hate songs. It's all her songs about how you should hate everybody and break up with everybody and be in pain. I do love her, but it's true. Yeah, that's true, yeah. So I think it is probably a distraction. Overall, it's a distraction, but she does have a secret agenda, which could be, in my opinion, political and financial, or like something specific, whether it's her image, money, which is obvious. But I think it's not necessarily the money because she has a lot anyways. But anyways, you guys, I hope that horrified Caleb. I hope that offended everybody possible that we could ever offend. It is Halloween after all, so I will talk to you guys later. Have a good night, you guys. I appreciate you. Bye, y'all.